when a yogi gets angry, it is not because he has lost his temper or his mind is upset or anything like that. There are times when a yogi has to get angry to teach the people a proper lesson. See, this incident happened in Adivarapeta. Okay, so there was a person there who was not devoted to Swamiji. Then he came one day and then he challenged Swamiji. Okay, then there was a lot of debate between Swamiji and him. The reason that happened was that that morning there was some problem at the field, at the paddy field, which was owned by Swamiji. So somebody had donated to Swamiji, or Swamiji has purchased it out of the money that he got from donations. He bought some fields there, paddy fields there, so that the rice that is grown there can be used for the feeding at the ashram. So the guy who owned the land by the side of Swamiji's land, he used to slowly take over little bits of the land, change the boundary a little bit and take over that land. Again, change the boundary a little bit when the next time he is plowing the field, and again take over a little portion like that. So this is what used to happen. And the person who was taking care of Swamiji's fields, he came and complained to Swamiji. Swamiji, that guy has come again and then he's trying to occupy our land. He's trying to snatch our land. And when I try to go and stop him, he's threatening me. He's saying that he's going to kill us. But now they have come there with sickles and swords and they are threatening us. So immediately Swamiji got very angry. And then Swamiji's nephew, Bhadra Rao, was there with him at Adivarapeta. He had gone from Bangalore to Adivarapeta. Okay, so immediately he shouted at Bhadra Rao, "Hey, Bhadra Rao, please bring the rifle." So Bhadra Rao went upstairs and then he brought Swamiji's rifle from upstairs. Swamiji used to carry a rifle with him when he went by car, okay, when he traveled by car. So he brought down the rifle. Then again Swamiji shouted at Bhadra Rao, "Please take the car out, we need to go there." So Swamiji sat in the car along with the rifle. Bhadra Rao drew the car and they went to the spot where the quarrel was going on regarding Swamiji's land. So it seems Swamiji got out of the car, held the rifle in his hand and challenged people. Okay, now whoever wants to fight with me can come forward. I'll shoot them with my rifle. Okay, so suddenly everybody was afraid. And as soon as he got out from the car with the rifle in his hand, people scooted from there. Okay, so nobody was left there. Then he waited for a while, for 10-15 minutes there. He got back into the car and came to the ashram. Now, this guy in the village, he was a local villager and he saw Swamiji doing this. And he was not a devotee of Swamiji by that time. No. He thought that Swamiji is a fake yogi. He just dresses like a yogi, he acts like a yogi, so as to make some money, that's all. So then he got very angry. The villager got angry from Swamiji's behavior, and he came running to the ashram in anger, fury, and he picked up a quarrel with Swamiji. And he challenged Swamiji, it seems. And how dare you go there with a rifle? Are you a yogi? Do yogis do this? Why do you require a rifle? And so Swamiji just allowed him to shout for a while. Okay. And then it seems once that guy calmed down, his name is Someshwar Rao. He passed away, I think, about a decade ago. Then Swamiji asked him, "Do you believe in God?" He said, "Of course I believe in God." "So which God do you believe in?" He said, "I believe in Lord Shiva." "Oh, I see. Is that so? Does not Lord Shiva carry a Trishul?" He said, "Of course he does. But that is a weapon." "So what?" Then Swamiji explained to him, "But you said yogis should be peaceful, right? But Lord Shiva, why does he need a weapon? In those days, it was a Trishul. In these days, it is a rifle. That is why I am carrying a rifle." No, but that's not the way it is. I mean, you went there to shoot somebody, to kill somebody. Is that what a yogi does? Then suddenly Swamiji showed anger. Again, he shouted at Bhadra Rao. Bhadra Rao, you bring the rifle down. So again, Bhadra Rao went up. He brought the rifle down. And then Swamiji told him, fire at this guy. So he took aim, he held the rifle, he took aim at Someshwar Rao, and then he clicked the trigger. This guy was standing there. Okay, shoot me, no problem. But nothing happened, okay? Probably the rifle made a little sound and nothing happened. But then, so that guy was aghast, Probably he was afraid that, something will happen there. So he was just waiting there. So now Swamiji asked him, now what do you say? He said, what is there to say? He said, but no, you didn't die. The rifle didn't kill you. He said, yes, it's because there was no bullet in the rifle. Then Swamiji said, do you understand now? Again, he was perplexed. And he said, what do you mean? Then Swamiji told him, if my intention was to kill, was to even hurt somebody, I would have loaded the rifle. This is an unloaded rifle. Now do you understand why I took it there? Slowly, I think it dawned on him, but then he couldn't still understand it fully. So Swamiji explained to him, do you know what was happening there? People were ready to fight with each other. People had come with sickles and swords. They were about to fight and probably hurt or kill each other. Because I went there with a rifle, they saw the rifle and they ran away. So actually I saved lives, okay? I made sure that there was no real big fight there. It just ended up with an argument, that's all. Do you understand now? Do you understand why I had to show anger? Do you understand why I had to show a rifle there? Brandish a rifle there? Sometimes it helps. To bring peace. Okay, see, sometimes what happens is, I have seen Swamiji giving advice to his devotees. People who have come to the ashram or even at the dais. People would come and ask him for advice. Then he would tell them what to do. But they are either totally afraid or they don't have the courage that is required to go ahead and do that, or they don't understand why Swamiji is asking them to do something. Okay? At those times, I have seen Swamiji getting angry and shouting at them just to force them to go and do that, follow that advice. Okay? So this is something that I have seen. Yogis show anger. They don't really get angry. Okay? Now, this is a very personal experience. I mean, as you know, I have been serving Swamiji. I have been giving him a massage, and there were days, when I even helped him take a bath, right? So 3-4 guys, all the devotees, we used to go into the bathroom along with Swamiji, and then give him a good bath with hot water. The bath itself used to take about half an hour, and he enjoyed it very much. We also enjoyed giving him a bath. Okay? But there were days when he would start shouting at one of the devotees. And he'll keep shouting, okay? He'll keep shouting for 10 minutes at length. So then, one day it struck to me that I wanted to observe, is Swamiji really getting angry? Then, see, I was there. I was actually giving him bath, right? I was washing his head, washing his hands and all that. Then I was observing that the rate at which his breathing rate didn't change. Have you observed people in anger? Check next time. The rate goes up, the heart rate goes up, the breathing rate goes up, okay? And then they start shouting. So then I was observing Swamiji. I didn't find any change. His breathing rate was normal, okay? But when he spoke, it looked like he was shouting in anger. He was showing anger and shouting anger. Then I kept observing Swamiji. Then Swamiji saw me looking at him. Then, what are you doing? What are you looking at? I said, no, Swamiji, nothing. And I kept quiet. Okay? So this is an observation that I have made. And so they don't really get angry. They have to show anger when necessary. Same thing happened in, I think it was Seattle, I'm not sure. Okay. Then Swamiji was giving darshan. This was darshan after the bhajan and aarti was over. So people used to have prasad, and then a few of them would just walk up to Swamiji, stand in a queue, stand in a line. One by one come to Swamiji and then talk to him, either tell their problem to Swamiji, receive blessed vibhuti, or ask for advice as to how to solve a problem, how to go about doing a particular thing or activity, something like that. Okay. Here there was a lady, who came and who started talking to Swamiji, and slowly it became an argument. Okay. I don't want to talk about what the issue was. It is something personal, a personal issue of that lady. Okay. Then she started talking, and then Swamiji started telling her something. Then she started arguing with Swamiji. Then it became a big argument. And Swamiji was shouting at her in Telugu, and I was translating in English. Okay. But then it appeared to me that she is not able to, catch the mood of Swamiji. She is unable to make out that Swamiji is angry, because Swamiji would shout, but I thought it is wrong on my part to shout. So I would calmly explain to her in English what Swamiji was saying. So I tried the 2 or 3 sentences. It was not working out. So I started shouting at her. So as Swamiji shouted, in Telugu, I translated that and shouted the same substance of the sentence in English at that lady. Okay. Then this went on for almost like 5 minutes. Then slowly what happened was, all the devotees that were around, they started moving away. Okay. Nobody wanted to be close to Swamiji. They all moved away and farther away from Swamiji, because they thought he was angry and they didn't want to come close to him. But then within my heart, I knew that he's not really angry. Unless he expresses that anger, that lady was unable to understand what Swamiji was saying. So that emotion was required there to convey the message to her. That is the reason he was getting angry. So I knew that if that lady moves away and the next devotee comes up, Swamiji will not be angry at that devotee. But the devotees wouldn't believe that. Okay, they couldn't trust that. They found that Swamiji was so fierce, so angry, that they couldn't believe that he'll calm down for the next devotee. Fortunately for me, I think Tom understood what was happening. Okay, he didn't really have any question or any problem to ask Swamiji about. He came and then he stood in queue behind that lady. Okay, then somehow we could finish with that lady, and then we sent her away, and then Tom came up. Then Swamiji asked him calmly, "What do you want?" Then Tom said, "Swamiji, I don't want anything. I just wanted to let the other people know that you are not really angry. You are only shouting at her. So that's the reason I came here." Swamiji also laughed. I laughed at him. Tom moved, and then the other devotees came in line and spoke to Swamiji. Okay, ma? Is it enough explanation?